Television City in Hollywood, it's Card Shark. Here's the host of Card Shark, Bob Eubanks.
Thank you very much. Hello. How nice of you. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Card Sharks. We have two very exciting contestants today, and our champion has won a lot of money. Going to try to win a lot more. Before we get started in our game, though, let's meet our two lovely Card Shark dealers. Here they are. This is Susanna Williams and Lacey Pemberton, our two models on Card Sharks. Ladies, if you would please start dealing out the cards. And today, Lacey will be dealing out the red cards to our returning champion, and Susanna will do the blue cards on the lower level to our new challenger, or to our challenger, I should say, because we're picking it up from where we left off last time. While they're dealing the cards, let's get the Card Sharks in here and get ready to play this game. I warned you not to run. You said something to me the other day. You said, this baby must think that I'm doing aerobics or something. Every time you get excited, you jump up and down and yell. Yes. Hi, Tammie.
Hi, Bob. My name's Tammie Iverson. I live in La Habra, and I have a wonderful husband. We've been married for almost 3 years, and we're expecting our first in about 9 weeks.
You've also won almost $24,000. 23.9. That's something. And the lady standing next to you is our challenger, and her name is Amy.
Hi, Bob. I'm Amy Eskinos, and I'm a sophomore communication studies major at UCLA.
And we decided you do not want to be a game show host, right? Okay, I feel safe then.
Okay, good.
Cut the cards. I know you did that before. Now, here's how we play our game. All you have to do, the object of our game is to work your way across the board by predicting whether each card is going to be higher or lower than the one preceding it. And as I mentioned before, we're picking up from where we left off last time. Our champ, Tammie, had won the first game. We were ready to start game number 2, so we'll start with our first high-low question of game number 2. Keeping in mind, you win 2 games, you win the championship, and go on to play the big money card. So the best of luck to all of you. And Amy, you got to win this game now to stay in. Here we go. Tammie, for you. We surveyed 100 dentists, and we asked them, have you ever pulled the wrong tooth by mistake? Can you believe it?
Oh, gosh.
How many dentists admitted that they pulled the wrong tooth? I would kill them. I would kill them.
Well, I work for a dentist, and I know for a fact when you're going to pull a tooth or do something, you check the x-rays, you make sure everything's what it's supposed to be, and usually the patient will tell you it's on the other side if you start to work on the wrong side. I think it's going to be a low, low number.
But sometimes, you know, it hurts here, but the guy says, well, it's really this tooth that's hurting. You know, how do you keep
that? Yeah, but usually you have it all marked down and the x-rays taken so you know what's a bad tooth and you know which one you're going to take out.
Okay, I trust you. How many out of 100?
It's going to be low. I'm going to say it's only going to be 7.
7 dentists out of 100 admitted they pulled the wrong tooth. Amy, will it be higher or lower than 7?
I don't have very much faith in dentists. I mean, I get really afraid every time I go. So, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I'm going to say it's a little bit higher than 7.
You think it's going to be higher than 7? If it is higher, you get the first shot at the cards. If not, Tammie will. Actual number of dentists who have pulled the wrong tooth by mistake is 12. Yes, it was higher, but just a little bit higher, as you say. All right, Amy, you won the high-low question. That means you can change your base card if you want to. Let's see what it is, first of all. Oh, look at that. It's a deuce.
Hey, Bob, we're going to go higher with that.
Higher than the 2, naturally. It's a queen. Lower than the queen, it's a 4.
Let's go higher.
Higher than the 4, it's a king.
Let's go lower, Bob.
For the game and a chance to tie the match. Whoa. She brought a rabbit's foot with her, didn't she? The cards are really playing well for you. You needed that game, Amy. That's $100 for you. You've tied the game up. That means that it's time now to play our tiebreaker game. And as you can see, Lacey's going to be dealing out the cards. Only 3 cards and 3 high-low questions. Winner of this game goes on to play the big money cards for the large dollar. So best of luck, and here is our first question. It's for you, Amy. Amy, we surveyed 100 married women, and we asked them, is there a man in your romantic past whom you still dream about? How many married women said that there is a guy that they still dream about?
Well, I think that if you had someone in your past who was a romantic flame, and you might think about him every now and then, but I don't think you dream about him. So I'm going to say that number's, like, that number's going to be kind of low. I'm going to say it's going to be about 42.
So you're saying 42 married women said there is a man in the romantic past that they still dream about, right? Can you see the expression on Tammie's face when I asked this question?
I'm going to say it's going to be higher because there's no harm in dreaming about them, of course,
Is there
right?
a guy in your past you dream about?
Well, of course.
There is?
Of course.
All right. Does he know you're pregnant?
No.
No.
Of course not.
The actual number of married women who have a man in their romantic past they still dream about is 39, not higher, just a little bit lower. And again, Amy, you have control again. Now, let's see what happens. Here's your base card. Tiebreaker game. It's a queen.
Okay, Bob, let's go lower with that queen.
Lower than the queen. The card is a 3.
Bob, higher with that queen.
For the championship, a chance to play the money cards higher. Yeah. We have a new champion. Oh. It's called spreading the wealth, Tammie.
Yes.
Because you ended up with $23,900. Good luck with your new family. You're a nice lady. We'll see you again. Bye-bye. Amy, you're our champ. I want you to come right over here. Hi there. Little people win, too, don't they? All right. Now, this is the opportunity. You've got $200, but that's nothing compared to what's about to happen to you right. I'm going to get down here with you. What's about to happen to you right now. But before it happens, we're going to pause for these words, and we'll be back to see if you can't win thousands of dollars.
Richard prefers the kiss, while Ray, on the other hand, opts for the handshake, usually.
I tell you what, you're going to kiss me, baby.
It's a full hour of the feud tonight, beginning at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Welcome back. This is our champ. Here she is. All right, Amy, this is the time you've been waiting for. Susanna and Lacey have over there a deck of cards that you cut before we went on the air. They're going to start dealing those cards out. The $200 you've won is yours to keep no matter what happens. Now we're going to give you new money to bet with, and we'll start you with $200. On the bottom line, you bet your way across that line by calling high and low cards. When you get up to the second row, we'll add another $400 of betting money, and you bet your way across that line. Now, remember, minimum bets are $50, except for the final top card, where you must bet at least half of your dollars. So keep that in mind. Also, don't forget you'll have an opportunity to change one card per line by choosing one of the 3 cards that Susanna is dealing out over there. So you understand the rules?
Yeah.
I want you to win lots of money, okay? Give the lady $200, because you can turn that $200 into thousands of dollars if the cards work right. Here we go, Amy. This is it. Here's your card. It's a 7. Now,
Let's change that card to number 1, please.
change one card per line. She said, I'll take number 1. The 7 now is a 7 again.
Let's
You've got
go.
$200. You got to push.
$100 lower.
$100 lower than the 7. Your card is a 9. No, not lower. You're down to $100.
Okay, we're going to go
Minimum bet of $50.
$50 higher.
$50 and it's higher than the 9. The card is a 10. Now you're $150.
Let's go $50 lower.
$50 lower than the 10. The card is a 6. There you go. Now you're back to your $200. The 6 now goes up here. Give you another $400. You now have $600.
Okay,
and you can
change
change
that
that
card
6.
number 2, please.
All right, card number 2, she says. The 6 now becomes a 3. $600, Amy.
We're going to take $500 higher.
500. That is higher than the 3. It is. That's okay. It's a push. No win, no loss when
Okay,
it's a
let's
push.
do that
all
one
right?
again. $500 higher.
Still $500 higher than the 3. Yeah. $1,100.
$1,100 lower.
Scores for $2,200. Look what we got. There you are. The 4 now comes up here. You can
Okay.
play it or you can change it, but you got to bet at least $1,100.
We're going to do $2,000 higher.
$2,000 that it's higher than the 4. The lady's got a lot of guts. Let's see what happens. Is it higher? Yeah! $4,200. Way to go, Amy. All right, we'll be right back with Amy and a new challenger right after this.
Mr. and Mrs. Pfeffercorn? Hey, it's me, Steve, the kid from next door. Sorry about the rhododendrons. Anywho, Jeff here needs a computer.
Hi, Mom.
Now, Mr. Pfeffercorn, here's the deal. You can get our friend Jeff a complete Dell system with an Intel Pentium 3 processor for only...
Ta-da!
Tell him what they get, Jeff.
We get speakers, a monitor, a keyboard, a mouse.
Very good, Jeff. And if you order now, you get a free DVD upgrade. And Mrs. Pfefferbean?
That's peppercorn, actually.
Whatever. Dell has award-winning service and support.
Perhaps that's why it's America's favorite PC.
Perhaps.
Get this great Dell computer with an Intel Pentium 3 processor for just $7.99. We'll include 6 months of DellNet by MSN Internet Access. Call or go online now, and you'll get a free DVD upgrade.
Ready? Mr. and Mrs. Bennett, it's me, Steve.
All right, Amy, hang on now, because it's time to meet a new challenger and try it all over again. And let's get him in here. Come on in here, Desmond.
How you doing, Bob?
That is such a funny sight. How tall are you, Desmond?
I am 6'7", Bob.
How tall are you, Amy?
5 feet, Bob.
5 feet. And you're standing on your toes.
Following you on a brick road, right, Bob?
I see. Hi. Well, tell us about Desmond.
My name is Desmond Barber. I am a purser for International Airlines. My hobbies are stand-up comedy and the propagation of orchids.
Stand-up comedy?
Yes, Bob. I'm a struggling comedian.
Tell me a quick joke.
Oh!
That's all I want to hear.
That's
Thank
all?
you. All right.
That's quick enough.
You cut the cards backstage.
Yes, I
All right,
did.
well, they're dealing out, Lacey's dealing out the cards now from a brand new deck, and we're ready to start this match between Amy and Desmond. And the first question will go to Amy. Here it is. Amy, we surveyed 100 people, and we asked them, have you ever swiped a newspaper that was lying outside your neighbor's door? Listen to our audience. How many people admitted that they have swiped the newspaper from the neighbor?
There's been a lot of times that our paper hasn't come, and my mom has sent me across the street just to
your mom sent you,
borrow
right?
the paper.
Why didn't she go?
Well, someone might have seen her, so she sent me.
I see.
But so I think that number's going to be relatively high. So I'm going to say about 72 people.
72 people out of 100, you say, admitted that they swiped the neighbor's newspaper. Desmond, higher or lower?
Bob, I think this is a case of something that everyone does, but no one wants to admit they do. So I think it'll be a little lower.
A little lower than that. I have done that. I have done that, yes. Makes me mad when my paper doesn't come. The actual number of people who have swiped a neighbor's newspaper is 33, considerably lower.
Hey!
Desmond, welcome to our show. You have control of the cards. Here it is. This is your base card. Because you won the high-low question, you can change this if you want to. It's a 7.
Ooh, Bob, yes, I will change that card, please.
Yeah, get rid of the 7. The card now becomes a
Oh,
jack.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Bob. The next card has got to be lower.
Lower than the jack. Let's see. The card is a
Oh,
deuce.
yeah. Oh, the next one's got to be higher.
Higher than the deuce. It is.
Oh,
It is.
yeah. The next one's got to be lower.
Lower than the ace.
Oh,
It is.
yeah. I'll freeze there. I'll freeze there.
Freeze
I'll
there.
freeze there.
Absolutely. Okay, cards are running good. He's going to freeze on the 8. That keeps Amy away from the cards. And if he wins the next high-low question, he'll be able to change that 8. Let's see if the strategy works. Got a question for you, Desmond.
Here, here.
Here, here, yourself. You ready? You know what we did? Don't wake at me, okay?
Okay.
We surveyed 100 married men, and we asked them, if modern science discovered a way for men to become pregnant, would you be willing to have a baby?
Oh, Bob. Oh. Now, Bob,
How many married men would be willing to have a baby?
having seen labor and having seen birth, I think it'll be a very, very low number. I would say 10, Bob, no more.
I'd like to go on record, Desmond. You can count me out.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Amy, will it be higher or lower than 10? He said 10 men would be willing to have a baby.
Men are babies themselves.
Got that right.
And there's no way that they would take that upon themselves. That's going to be even lower than 10.
You think it's going to be lower than 10?
Lower than 10.
Yeah. I think you're right. The actual number of married men who would be willing to have a baby is 22. It was higher. It wasn't lower. Can you believe that?
That's a surprise to me, Bob. It wouldn't be me.
22.
They were lying.
All right, Desmond.
Bob, I could change that card, please.
You would?
Yes,
Well,
Bob.
let's change it then. Because your 8 is now a
Hey!
queen.
And the next card is lower, Bob.
Lower than the queen. If it is lower, you win the game, $100.
Oh!
2 cards could have beat you, and one of them jumped up and got you. It's all right. You're right there. That means that Amy gets a free shot at the cards, though. And, Amy, you got to play off this base because you didn't win the high-low. And the card's a 4.
Okay, it's going to be higher, Bob.
Higher than the 4. Let's see. Yes, it's the queen.
It's going to be lower, Bob.
Lower than the queen. Come on. No, not at all. That means you go back to your base of 4. So Desmond still has a lead in this game. And let's continue with our next question. This one is for Amy. Ready?
Yeah.
Excited?
Huh?
Uh-huh. You know what we did?
What?
We surveyed 100 secretaries, and we asked them, do you think you could do your boss's job? if you had a chance? How many secretaries said they could do the boss's job?
Well, I think a lot of secretaries do their boss's job, and the boss just kind of takes the credit sometimes. So I'm going to say that number's going to be pretty high. I'm going to think it's going to be about 77.
77?
Yeah, 77 secretaries.
All right. Let's see what Desmond says. Higher or lower than 77?
I agree with her, although every secretary really does her boss's job. I mean, she keeps everything organized. She does all the files. She does all the calling. I would say it would be a little higher than that, Bob.
Higher than 77?
Yes, Bob.
Wow. What a neat question. I have no idea at all about this one. Let's find out. The actual number of secretaries who said they could do their boss's job is 52. Not higher. It was lower. I'm not even going to give my secretary a chance to do my job. All right, Amy, you've got control, and you got that 4 there because you won the question. You can play it or change it.
It's going to be higher than that.
Higher than the 4. Let's find out. The card is a 9. You can play or you can freeze.
It's going to be lower than the 9.
She's going to go on. Okay, she says it's lower than the 9. Yes, it is. Now what are you going to do?
I'll freeze right there.
Going to freeze on the 6. Okay. Because Desmond just has one more card in order to win the game. She'll freeze right there at the 6 and hope that she wins the high-low question. And this high-low question is a special one. It's sudden death time. Someone must win the game on the next play of the cards, so control is very important to you. You ready? Desmond, we surveyed 100 women, and we asked them, do you think the women who pose nude for men's magazines are being exploited? How many women said women who pose nude are being exploited?
Well, Bob, I think they really are paid for the job, and they're looking for this kind of work, and it really is a new exposure for them and a new outlet.
Is that a pun, Desmond?
No pun intended, Bob.
You are a stand-up comedian.
So I would say the number would be fairly high. I would say about 67, Bob.
You think 67 women say that women who pose for nude are being exploited? Is that what you're telling me?
I think 50, Bob. 50.
You change your mind?
I'll change my mind. I'll say 50.
Now you say 50.
Exploited. Yes, Bob.
Okay. Amy, what do you think about higher or lower?
I think women feel that women who pose for nude are being exploited. I think they feel that way more than men do. So I'm going to say that's going to be higher.
You think it should be higher?
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you're right. The actual number of women who said that women who pose nude are being exploited is 44. No, it wasn't higher. It was lower. I'll be darned. Now, Desmond, here's the deal now.
Card,
no, just a second.
Next card.
You got some choices to make, okay? Got some choices to make. You can play it out, but if you goof, Amy wins the game. Or you can pass it on to her. She must play off the 6. If she goofs, you win the game. So you want to play it or pass it?
I will play it, Bob.
You going to play it?
I will play it, yes.
All right.
And I think that next card is lower.
Lower than the queen. If it is, you win game number 1. Is it? Yes, it is.
All right.
And you can stick $100 in your pocket, my friend, because you've just won game number 1 of this match. Got to win 2 games, though, to play the big money cards. Amy's going to try to keep that from happening. And we'll start our next game on Card Sharks when we come back in just a moment from now.
Match game fashion tip number 9. Shirt with sparkly hands. Very cool. Match game. Tastefully fun tonight at 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. Eastern.
Welcome back to Card Sharks. We're ready to begin game number 2 between Amy and Desmond. And now Lacey's dealing out new cards from the same deck. And let's begin this game with a high-low question for Amy. Amy, we surveyed 100 child psychiatrists. We asked them, generally speaking, if a small child has a nightmare, should his parents let him into bed with them? How many child psychiatrists said the parents should let the child into their bed?
Well, I think when you let a child into their bed, they feel more secure when they're with their family. But I don't know if that number's going to be real high, so I'm going to say that it'll probably be about 57.
57 out of 100 child psychiatrists said they should let the child in the bed. Desmond, higher or lower?
Bob, I feel as though that it's not a very good habit. It teaches the child to be insecure, and I think it just sort of resets up and reinforces the bad habit. So I'll say lower, Bob.
Lower than 57.
Yes.
The actual number of child psychiatrists who said a child should be let into his parents' bed is 29. It was lower. You're right about that. All right, Desmond, game number 2. Win this game, you play the big money. Here's your base card. The card is an 8. You can change it because you won the question.
I will change that 8.
All right, the 8 now becomes a 2.
And I will go up on that one, Bob.
Higher than the 2, the card is a 7.
7.
Player, you can freeze.
Oh, Bob. I'll freeze there.
So freeze on the 7. Freeze right there. That keeps Amy away from her cards. And we will go again. Another high-low question for you. Here it is, Desmond. We surveyed 100 men. We asked them, have you ever been stood up for a date?
Oh,
how many men said they have been stood up?
We'd all not like to admit it, but I'm sure everyone out there has had it happen at least once, so I will say it'll be a rather...
for yourself.
I'll say it'll be a rather high number. I would say at least 80, Bob.
80 men said they've been stood up. Amy, higher or lower than 80?
I think that's probably true, but I don't think they're going to admit it. So I'm going to say it's be lower than that.
You think it's lower than that?
Yeah.
The actual number of men who have been stood up for a date is 43. It was lower. All right, here we go, Amy. Here's your base. The card is a 2.
Woo! Higher, Bob.
Higher than the deuce. The card is a 3.
Woo! Higher than that.
Higher than the 3, it is a king.
Lower, Bob.
Lower than the king, it's a jack.
Lower, Bob.
Lower again to tie up the match. There you have it. And we're all tied up 1 game apiece. All right. $100 for each of you. We have to pause. We'll be back in just a moment with more Card Sharks with Amy and Desmond.
Hey, I'm Mario Van Peebles. Why just watch TV when you can play with Game Show Network?
And kisses and tells, but Ray Combs keeps his lips to himself in back-to-back episodes of Family Feud, followed by $100,000 Pyramid.
We have returned. Wasn't a bad little half hour, was it?
Not at all.
Went over $4,000, and Desmond has a game, you have a game. That means the winner of the next game then goes on to play the big money cards, and we don't have time to play that tiebreaker game today. You will be back tomorrow.
Of course.
Desmond, do I need to ask you?
Needn't ask, Bob. I'll be right here.
I know you will. We hope you'll be right here, too. Until then, I'm Bob Eubanks for Amy and for Desmond, for Lacey, Susanna, and Jean saying thank you very much. We'll see you next time on Card Shark. Bye-bye.
Some of our departing Princesses, Shaw broiled, mid-sized.
How do you like your feud? With the friendly lip service of Richard Dawson or the traditional stylings of Ray Combs? Kissy, no kissy, kissy, no kissy, kissy, no kissy. You decide with a full hour of the feud coming up next, only on Game Show Network.